What's happening, kids? Welcome to Friday. It is a little different today, so we got Market Center trend report numbers out, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about them, make sure that you all had them. I'm going to leave this up on the board too for a few days. You'll be able to see it at the team rally on Tuesday, 1 o'clock. I think Junk King is coming to do that one. That should be kind of fun. So let's talk about numbers. Let's talk about July versus August, what it looks like for the overall Market Center. So when we talk about these numbers, we're talking about how you guys fund your lives, right? We track this stuff on purpose for that. So we talked about July before, so we know our closed units was down 13.9 month over month. We were still looking pretty good year over year. Listings sold was quite a ways down, which was surprising because in July we were still running a little bit in a seller's market. We were short on inventory, and yet we saw this coming up as far as that concerned. So what that may be indicative of is price points and the buyer's market starting to fluctuate a little bit. That's where we saw this happening. Listing sold volume was a little bit down. What I really want you to pay attention to on these numbers, like I said, I'm going to leave them up here, and if you guys have questions, come see me about it. We have 7 pink and 21 green. What does pink and green mean, right? So above 10% we mark in a green, and below 10% we mark in a pink, because we're not growing below 10%. We're not increasing our GCI, right? So we had 7 pink categories and 21 green categories in July. Now what I really want you guys to pay attention to is the difference between July and August. And I want us all to think about why this might be. So what we have is we've got 16 pink and 12 green. That's a huge increase in pink categories. And the way that this is going to translate out for you guys, if we look at closed units, our closed units was down 9.8% over the month before. It was at 6.8% overall. Can't be sneaking up on me. So, so our closed volume was only at 0.5%. Year over year, 16.4%. So we're still doing good from last year this time. Listings taken was down 15.4%. Even from July, so it was way down, right? So there's something I know about that. I want you to come talk to me about it. Listings taken volume, obviously, if this is down, this is going to be down, right? These are what's called windshield numbers. So what this is going to mean is this is going to predict how your fourth quarter goes, right? So what we're going to see is if you took 15% listings, when we get down to GCI, which by the way was down 6%, July to August, still up a little bit from last year, and 11%, not awesome. But if you look at the difference in GCI, we were up 12% June to July, up 15% over the year. So you guys gave yourself a pay cut in August. So let's ask ourselves why that is. I can tell you why that is, because we didn't go out and get a bunch of listings. What this is going to translate to is 90 days from now, how you're going to need to view your bank account, right? How your business is going to be running 90 days from now. Like I said, these are headlight numbers. If we look at contracts written is a really important headlight number. We're down 13.5% from July. So that means if we wrote 13% less contracts in August, September closings are going to be down, October closings are going to be down. This predicts this number as we go forward, right? So you guys need to know that. Company dollar, down a little bit. We have managed to drive expenses down, which is kind of cool. That's kind of fun, even with adding, making sure that we've got the right people in the right seats for leadership. We're getting a good grip on this, so this feels pretty good. They're green, even though you see negatives, because expenses, if they're above 10%, that's danger zone. That's pink. You want your expenses to be low and your profit to be high. So that's the only time that we switch those around. Profit share. So that's the important one for a lot of folks. And if you don't understand what that's all about, come see me. Come talk to Cammie. Profit share was down minus 3.6% month over month, but we're still up 62% year over year. So this is an indicative number of how we are growing, what the growth overall looks like, because our year over year is becoming sustainable in our profit share and our profit for the company. So we're doing okay there. The numbers, what concerns me is the difference between 7 pinks and 16 pinks, right? So we increased literally 100% on pinks. We doubled that number of what we did. So this is indicative of the work that went on in August. I want you guys to look at your individual trend reports, pull them off of kw.com. You go under your cute little picture on the left-hand side under your profile. It'll say reports. You can pull your personal market center trend report, which is your trends year over year, right? So a lot of people that are brand new, you're not going to have a year-over-year trend report, but you are going to have a month-over-month trend report. So it's going to say to you, I did this in April, I did this in May, I did this in June, I did blah, 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 right? So that's how it's going to go across. If you don't understand how to read it, come talk to me. I'm happy to sit down with you. Talk to Rod, talk to Sean. There's a lot of people that understand this stuff. It's going to help you predict where your business goes. So when you say, you know, oh, well, okay, so I took 2 weeks vacation, I went to Disneyland with my family, and I went and I did it in August, and my trend report looks a lot like this. What that's going to say to you is what you need to do to prepare for it next time in July, to prepare for that vacation in August so that your September does not continue growing more pink, right? So the trend of going from 7 pink to 16 pink, and with the headlight numbers being in pink, I want you guys to think about what September is going to look like for you guys, right? We're in September now. We are working in October. We are about to be working in January, because what happens October 1st? Everything we do in October is for 2018. We're already working into next year. What we did right here, this has a lot to do with your fourth quarter. So these are predictive analytical numbers for you guys to look at what your business is doing. So if you have questions about this, give me a call. Like I said, I'm going to leave it on the board for you so you guys can see it. We'll also talk about it briefly at Team Rally on Tuesday, and we'll talk about it at ALC meeting on Thursday as well. If you have questions, give me a call. I hope you have an awesome week.